Embrace the mystical tide. Join us as we navigate through this week's energetic currents, empowering your spiritual evolution and luminous transformation, being guided this week by a full moon, a micro full moon. But I'll tell you more in a second. If this is your very first time tuning in, hi, my name is May. I'm an energy coach and cyber witch, and I help empathic and highly sensitive entrepreneurs harness the wisdom of Hawaiian philosophy, my personal specialty, and shamanic energy work to not only cope with external energies, but also to discover their true selves and step into their divine brilliance. Because I believe we all have this divine brilliance that we just need to learn to tap into. Before we get started with the whole reading, my beloved spiritual seekers, I'm thrilled to bring to your attention a magical opportunity that aligns with our quest for deeper understanding and financial abundance. I've partnered up with my $1 million experiment 2024, led by the visionary Joanna Hunter, who masterfully bridges the gap between the mystical woo-woo and the tangible sciencey stuff. This experiment is not just about wealth creation, it's a journey into the heart of our spiritual and intuitive powers, designed to unlock our financial potential in the most aligned way possible. By joining the MMDE 2024, that's the short name for it, through my affiliate link that you'll find below this video or in the show notes, you're not only embarking on a transformative spiritual adventure, but also supporting my podcast in its mission to explore the intersections of spirituality and practicality. This is a unique chance for us together to grow and embracing both the mystical and the scientific, and of course, to support the podcast that brings us together week after week. If you join me here. Let's dive into this experiment with open minds and spirits, ready to discover how far our spiritual insights can truly take us in the material world. And you're not doing it all by yourself, because I'm actually going through that experiment with Joanna Hunter as well. It's very excited, and maybe you probably must have guessed it. If I do, if I do tell you about a program in here, it's because I've either tried it myself, or it's because I know that person is definitely bringing some wonderful insights for you. So let's dive into this week's energies. One of the things that I find amazing and that I'm very grateful is that we're through. We've already passed. We've passed through the 10 days of portal days. So those are over. The only thing left for this, this, I don't want to say month. Yeah, but it is for this month. The only thing left for this month is the one and only full moon that we're having this, I think it's Saturday. Let me just check. But yes, it's Saturday. So, my wonderful ones, here for the energy reading of the wonderful week of the February 19th, we have on the 24th a micro full moon, meaning during a micro full moon, the moon is farther from the earth and appears slightly smaller in the sky, which I find sad because I do love the moon very much, but it's going to be a little bit smaller. And the full moon is a time of culmination and realization, bringing clarity or the fruition of the intention set during the new moon. So I hope that you use this time to set your intentions. Don't worry, you can also keep on setting them until the full moon, or even use the full moon for it. I'm a huge fan of us just, I mean, as long as we start setting the intentions, that's the best thing that we can do. And here a little information. I think I've mentioned it a couple of times, but I feel like it's necessary for us to know. It's noteworthy that the month includes a super new moon, which we just had 2 weeks ago, and a micro full moon, which we're having this week, offering unique opportunities for both beginning new endeavors and celebrating the culmination of ongoing projects. I hope that you're feeling that energy, because I'm feeling it very strong, how we're coming together, how so many things are happening so fast, so many processes are being done so fast, but are being at the same time very helpful for us to grow. And to just become awesome, more awesome, right? I hope you're feeling it similar to me as well, because I enjoy this very much happening, being something that we have all around us going on. Transformations. I always love transformative times. All right, I'm going to switch to the cards so that you can see. So that I'll do a little explanation there in a second. But before we do so, I'm going to go and ask our spirit guides to come to support us with this reading. And one of the things, and that's why I'm looking this way because the cards are right next to me today, is that I want to share for those of you who are listening in, because the other ones are going to see it, but so that you have a chance to feel into your personal messages. So for the personal messages today, we have my beautiful rose opal that I have from the Andean Mountains. It's on the left side. In the center, I have my, I'm going to call it my marble stone, because it looks a little bit like marble. And on the right hand side, we're bringing my beautiful and lovely smelling piece of Palo Santo. So if you'll feel into for yourself, feel into which of these and how many of these are resonating with you to have your personal message. All right. And in the meantime, while you feel into that, I'm going to call in our spirit guides, our ancestors, our angels, our spiritual teachers, spiritual healers, our power animals, totem animals, all the energy surrounding us, the four elements, the four directions, supporting our work on every reading, every week. Let's set the intention that you may hear what you need to hear for this week's reading. And I'm going to set the intention for myself to have the right words for you to hear for this week. And let's set the intention that this reading may reach everybody that needs to have these energies spoken to know, again, we don't want to be, we want to see this as guidelines and an offering from the spiritual world to understand the energies that are coming in this week, and for us to know where to look to, where we might have to, put the focus in some intention, and to use them as a support for a healing week coming with this wonderful full moon. All right, and before we dive into the personal messages down here, we're going to do the full moon message up here on the right, on the left, and the general week message for the week from February 19th until February 25. And yeah, let's get started with the personal message, the general message for all of us from the full moon, getting started here. And let's see what we have. Wow, we're starting with a wonderful affirmation. True manifestations are powered by service and love. True manifestations are powered by service and love. Right? So if any of this for you sounds like nah, May, that's not nah. Look into it. Because a lot of the times things that trigger us are the ones that we're supposed to look into. And when an affirmation like this comes along, it's because it wants to remind us of something, all right? So it wants us to have this affirmation. So the full moon is asking us to remember, right? To where in our manifestation that we have, are we in the service of and love with or of someone, all right? Because it helps. Yeah. I'm feeling like they want to say another, no? Okay. Yeah. Let's just, I think that for today, that's the message. All right. And the second card that we have here is Lady Portia, Divine Order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. Do what you feel is right. So follow whatever feels right for you. All right. So the full moon is telling you to stay in the feeling of what feels right. So if something doesn't feel right for you, don't follow that direction. All right. And from the ancestors, we have summer, bask in joy and light. Look at this wonderful card. Bask in joy and light. Where is it? Oh, it's not. Bask in joy and light. Yeah, this card is just like that, just that. Celebrate, enjoy, and light. Focus. You know, for us, it's a lot of the times it's about focusing it. And if we get a reminder like this from the full moon, it's asking us to, bask in it. Just enjoy it. All right. And two more cards we have here is win or lesson. Win or lesson. There's no such thing as a bad situation. You can only succeed or learn from it. Is the universe sending you a success or a lesson? Win or lesson, right? Because whatever the situation is, sometimes we feel weird. Sometimes, it feels like, oh man, why is the universe sending me this right now? Remember for yourself, it's either a win or a lesson. It's never the universe trying to make you have a bad day. All right. It's never like that. It's because it wants you to either learn or grow. All right. And oh, wow. Here we go. Suffering is a choice. If you're suffering, start by choosing not to, and then only choose activities that make you happy. See what we just had? Follow the happiness with the other card. And then we have this one. Suffering is a choice. I know it sounds hard when it says, like, if you are suffering, start by choosing not to. This is the very first and important sentence in this, because the moment we decide that we're done suffering, that moment things change. And I'm not saying that because sometimes we need our time, to, actually, like it says here, bask in a negative emotion because we need it to get out of our system. But the more we, take the time to refocus and make the choice, I don't want to be suffering anymore. What is needed for me to stop suffering? Ask yourself that question. That alone is going to make so much changes. All right. I'm not saying, because sometimes, for those of you tuning in, for, that have known me, you guys know that for me, suffering, sometimes we need to go through a pain. So I'm saying sometimes we need to go through certain pains for us to really be able to release them. All right. And if that is the way that we're supposed to do it, if you set the intention for yourself, you make the choice of wanting to get out of it, you'll be guided to do so. All right. And the more you get into that energy, the more that's going to help. All right. So just take this as a reminder from the universe, especially from the full moon, to help you for this week, for the next 2 weeks, actually, because the full moon is always a 2-week thing, right? Wow, beautiful. And just in case, because I'm seeing all the cards I'm using for my readings, you can find them in the show notes and in the description. All right, let's get into the general cards, which are going to be for this week, especially for this week. And we're starting again here with an affirmation. And today the affirmation is: when I introduce joy to a situation, I change the vibrational frequency of what's happening around me. When I introduce joy to a situation, I change the vibration frequency of what's happening around me. And I feel this card is supporting what we just heard from the full moon. The more we follow what feels right, what makes us happy, the more we're changing the frequency around us. All right. And the more joyful moments you're going to have. I love this so much. The next card that we have is Mary Magdalene, Teacher Awakens. All right. You have something very important to share. So follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. And not even the word teacher on this card, because I don't know why this is coming up, but I feel like some of us are triggered by the word teacher. I'm just saying, if it feels too much, but there's just be aware of the sentences below. There is something inside of you that is important and needs to be shared. So follow the inner call and don't let anything stop you. All right. Very beautiful. So there might be a call this week. Just, go there. See here, we have the double sun, enjoy success and happiness. We have the sun, enjoy success and happiness. And we have the other card that is telling us to bask in joy and happiness. So why don't we just do it, right? Why don't we do it? And last card for here is make room for it. One of my favorite cards, because it's about letting go is a form of creativity, because at this moment we create space for something new. So make room for it. So when you're thinking about that maybe something shows up this week, probably when a card like this comes up, it's because there might be something showing up that you are going to be able to let go of, right? And to be able to do that, to be able to let go of things, sometimes it's good for us to change the the thought around it, because if you're thinking, oh my god, I have to let go of it, it feels so big. But if you change it to, hey, I'm actually making space for something, doesn't that feel better? Doesn't that feel like, yeah, that's it? So that helps us. Sometimes it helps us to just change the perspective, right? Instead of saying I'm letting go, it's actually I'm making space. And I don't know, well, you guys know, and it's coming up. And it's coming up that it's not just about that, because sometimes it's about losing people. And I'm not saying that, we have to lose people. Sometimes it's just about losing certain characteristics of ourselves or of others, but when it comes to that, it's, if you think about, it's making space for someone else, and this can be, an old you that wants to go, and now it's time to create space for a new you, right? Ah, that sounded good. All right, my wonderful ones. We're going to go into the personal cards, and if you had my beautiful rose quartz resonate with you, then these are going to be your personal messages. And we're getting started for you with the affirmation that's coming up here. I can decide today to recalibrate my energy and commit to love and joy. Isn't this like a sign how much we are having this week? I can decide today to recalibrate my energy and commit to love and joy, right? And weren't we just talking about choosing? And you have the beautiful stag, meaning trust and thrive. Trust and thrive. You're on the right path, my beautiful one. Keep on trusting where you're at and thrive. And last but not least is this wonderful card with right time, right place, right being. Everything is in harmony. You are in the right place at the right time, the right being. Wow, those are beautiful cards for you, my beautiful soul. Keep these in mind for the week. Take them with you and have them as your personal guidance. Next one is, if you resonated with this wonderful marble stone, then these are your personal messages. And we're starting with you again with a affirmation sentence. Spiritual alignment puts my manifestation into motion. Spiritual alignment puts my manifestation into motion. Was that yours? And the second beautiful card for you is Earth Mother. Feel loved and comforted. Feel loved and comforted. I always feel when this card comes up, it's like the universe telling you, hey, I'm here for you. I take care of you. Don't forget that. And last one here. See what I was just saying? Universe says yes. That's your third card. The universe says yes. Remember that the universe never says no. Pay attention to your overall energy, because it is mirrored by the universe. The universe never says no. For me, this is always the reminder of how we resonate every second, right? We resonate every second. Don't forget that. We resonate every second. So however your energy is, that's what the universe is going to pick up on and mirror back to you. So if you want to change that, See here, be in the alignment. That's the first card. And the universe always takes care of you. It always does what you want it to do. So if you're not getting what you want, ask yourself, what vibration are you sending out to the universe? All right. Okay, last but not least, the Palo Santo. If you resonated with my Palo, then these are your personal messages. And we're getting started with believing in spiritual guidance gives me certainty and freedom to keep dreaming even when I can't yet see the result. Believing in spiritual guidance gives me certainty and the freedom to keep dreaming even when I can't yet see the results. I feel like this sentence doesn't need much more explanation. And for you, the second card is drum, dream and journey. Oh, dream and journey. Dream and journey, my wonderful one. That's a beautiful card. See, and you have the double dreaming card. Oh man. For those of you tuning in for the first time, I always celebrate the cards. I mean, I've been reading cards for, I don't know, 20 years. For myself and friends and for clients and everything. And I'm in awe every time. Even now, I'm in awe when it's something like this, where you have two cards that say almost the exact same words. That's so beautiful. So for you, it's time to dream, my wonderful soul. Take a moment, and here you go. Walk the talk. That's the third card you're getting. Go on. Do you live what you preach? Be true to yourself. All right. So go on dreaming, my wonderful soul. Dream the life that you want to have. Make it resonate to the outside so that the universe hears you, and then walk the talk. All right. Apparently, there might be something in your way where you are, telling people one thing, but in the inside, there's, you are not working, you're not walking the talk. And I can completely understand that, because we sometimes just, we often are better, suggesters and supporters to the outside world than doing it ourselves. But, when we get the card of walk the talk, it's because there is something that you might be even fighting yourself about. There's something where you feel, these are the things that make us feel imposter syndrome and things like that. All right. So there might be something that is blocking you. So look at your walk the talk. It doesn't mean that you're supposed to change that too much. I mean, I'm a fan of walking the talk because for us to be authentic, but sometimes we're humans, right, as well. So sometimes it's just to look at something there. I don't know. This time it feels like it's telling us to look into something, because it might be we might be blocking ourselves because we're not believing ourselves, because there's this imposter syndrome hanging over our heads because of the walk the talk. Don't know if the shoe fits. Read it double. If not, ignore me. But that's what just came up from spirit side. All right, my beautiful ones. That was the reading for this week. I'm really in a huge appreciation for you accompanying me on riding the energy waves with me today. I got a burst of inspiration from the cards. Did you? And if you did, share your thoughts in the comments or drop me an email. I'd love to hear, and I will answer all of them. All right. And as always, I'd like to end with a wonderful sentence from someone. And today I want it to be Thomas More. It is only through mystery and madness that the soul is revealed. I love how these sentences are so accurate. I mean, I can't even, maybe someday I'll tell you about the process on how these sentences come to me. But for today, with this sentence, I'm leaving you. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed week. Enjoy joy, because that's what these cards actually told us today, to enjoy joy, right? To be joyful, to enjoy joy, because it's so wonderful to have joy in our lives. And now I'm saying so many joys. And I send you many blessings. Maybe I'll see you inside the $1 Million Experiment. And I hope you enjoyed the cards, and I hope that we can see each other again next week. So, with these words, it is only through mystery and madness that the soul is revealed.